Hello guys, how are we all doing? Welcome back to yet another video on the channel. Today we are talking about Blackburn Rovers Football Club after a massive result, 5 wins in a row now, and they've just thumped Birmingham City 4-0 to move into third position, 1 point behind second. Plenty of positives at the moment for them.
Yeah, it's a good result against Birmingham, as we see on the side here. 4-0, mate, absolutely stomped them. And they didn't even get out of second gear. That's how easy it was for them. Birmingham were diabolical. They were shocking. And we'll get on to that a bit later, I suppose. But let's talk about Blackburn. Let's go for the positives. Easy. Really easy for them. Never looked like they were in any trouble whatsoever. And nice play going forward, wasn't it? It was all right. It was good to watch.
Yeah, completely two different teams today. One team playing with loads of confidence. You can see that in their recent form. That's 5 wins in a row. The informed team in the division, if you look at a 5-game time scale, Blackburn Rovers are doing bits. Defensively, they had no worries today. You could put that down to Birmingham once again being that bad. But Blackburn going forwards, they didn't even seem to get out of first or second gear today. And they still scored 4.
Yeah, no, I'm going to put 3 of those goals down to the goalkeeper.
He was bad.
He was shocking. He was terrible. So the first one, he parries it straight back into the middle. What are you doing? The second one, I have no idea what he thinks he's doing. Just charges out, doesn't even make an effort to tackle the guy. It gets put back into the back of the net. And the third one, I mean, he's just giving away a penalty. What's he doing? He just had a shocker. Couldn't catch the ball. He was rubbish. And to be fair, there was another time in the first half where he powered it straight back into someone's feet, and they should have scored then and made it 2-0. Yeah. But he got away with that one. So it could quite have easily been 5, 6, 7-0. It was that bad from Birmingham. But as far as Blackburn are concerned, some good young players playing through there, and I think we've got to talk about Brereton Diaz looking lively. And was it him that got the penalty?
It was, yeah. If it wasn't to have been 4-0 today, it'd have been maybe 5 or 6. Let's just get those stats up. 16 shots to 8, 5 on target to 2. Maybe that's the problem there. Didn't have enough on target. But you're right, Brereton Diaz was key for Blackburn today. If we get their starting lineup up for people that want to know how Blackburn lined up today, just very devastating going forwards. Buckley, Kadra, Brereton Diaz. Then when Gallagher comes on as well, they've just got a lot of quality going forwards. The main guy, obviously, at the moment does seem to be Brereton Diaz. He got 2 and nearly scored a Eric Cantona kind of goal.
Mate, yeah.
And what a hat-trick that would have been.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that bit as well. But he was a problem throughout the majority of the game. He's good dribbling forward. He's got a good eye for a pass as well. And he just looks like a quality player. He's good for this division. It'll be interesting to see where he can take his career. Obviously he's got a few Chile caps under his belt now. He's doing well for himself. And judging on that game, he looks quite a strong player. And that attempt at the end, where he sort of picks the ball up just on the right side, outside the box, and he tries to do this old Eric Cantona chip, and he, as Matt says, tings the crossbar over. But honestly, 6 inches lower, and that's one of the best goals you'll see this year. Quality effort, and he looked honestly fantastic. Really good player.
Absolutely. If we go onto the table then, it makes for very pretty reading. Blackburn Rovers up to 3rd. We saw Bournemouth lost, obviously, to Middlesbrough in the early kick-off. West Bromwich Albion played out a goalless draw with Barnsley. So the time of recording this, we've just hit the 23-game mark, which is officially the halfway point for most teams anyway. Some are on 22 games, some are on 21 there. But for Blackburn Rovers, it's been a very good first half. I mean, it wasn't initially a great start from Blackburn, but their form in the recent weeks coming into this point has been amazing. Question I'm going to put to you is, we always talk about Tony Mowbray and his teams fall away. There probably will be a bit where they can't sustain this form, but do they look viable for the playoffs this season?
Yeah, I think at this point of the season, you've got to look at them and think, yeah, they look a strong outfit, good players. Obviously, January could go against them if some of their players leave or something like that. But Tony Mowbray does have this about him, when he did it with Coventry in League One. We had one of the best teams you've ever seen in League One. James Maddison, Joe Cole, it was unreal, right? Jack Stevens at the back, Bailey Cargill. This team was filth. And we very similar circumstances, dominated the first half of the season. Second half of the season, we just couldn't buy a win. So you've got to always think about that from a Tony Mowbray team. Will that be the same this time round? Who knows? They seem to have good quality going forward, though, and quite strong at the back from what I saw in that game. It looked all right.
Absolutely. I mean, the thing is, with the promotion battle this season, everywhere in the Championship, it's absolute carnage. It's always a great league to look at. But it does seem that no one wants to go up automatically. Just when you think Fulham and Bournemouth are pulling away, they throw their form away. I mean, Bournemouth, we could talk about them in a separate video, but it really does open the door to a team like Blackburn that you wouldn't expect to possibly get automatics this season. I mean, that might still seem unlikely to most, but it's not impossible.
It's not impossible, no. Like, I think this is why the Championship is such a great league to watch and be a part of, you know, because for about 5 games ago, we were looking at Bournemouth and Fulham thinking, that's it, 1 and 2 sorted. And now if you look at it, 5 games later, Blackburn and West Brom within 2 to 3 points of going into the automatic spots. It's making it really interesting. I think there are other teams that you've got to look out for as well in some good form. So you've got Middlesbrough, I think, who could, if they could turn their form around, get some wins under their belt, they could really push for the playoffs as well. And I think we really need to be looking out for Sheffield United. I know they're way down there, but if they start picking up those wins and keep that form going, they're going to be a bit of a problem, because you look at the quality of their team, it's very strong still.
Absolutely. You can see there looking down the columns that Blackburn Rovers, one of their strengths is definitely goal scoring. Second top scorers in the league after Fulham. I mean, yeah, no one's going to score more than Fulham when they've got Mitrovic, but Ben Brereton Diaz has certainly given him a run for his money. We'll come back to that in a second, but the maybe the downside to that is Blackburn Rovers have the joint worst defence in the top half. 27 conceded. A couple of teams there with 27 conceded. Could that be something that lets them down, maybe?
Didn't they get smacked up by Fulham?
That has definitely set it back, hasn't it? That 7-0.
I mean, so that 27 against there is obviously, it doesn't look good. It doesn't make for good reading. But if 7 goals go in one game, it's not the worst thing in the world to be drawing conclusions from, in my opinion anyway. Like, it doesn't look good. It makes it look a little worse. But still, I would put that defence in the top 6 and think, yeah, that looks all right, you know. Like, I think that's a bit harsh, just based on that one sole game.
Yeah, it's funny as well if you talk about that game, because that game, like I say, a few weeks ago, a lot of people are, oh my gosh, that's horrific. And then the bounce back from that has been absolutely fantastic. So credit to the players for dusting themselves and getting back to it after that. Final thing we'll talk about, Ben Brereton Diaz. If there's going to be anyone to stop Mitrovic getting golden boot, as unlikely as it is, it could be Ben Brereton Diaz.
Yeah, man, if he keeps his form going, there's no reason why not. All it takes is Mitrovic to get injured, and then Brereton Diaz has got a free run at it, maybe. But yeah, he's scoring a lot of goals. He's looking quite good. He's looking the part, and But I think the biggest fear is when January comes around in the Championship, can you keep hold of these players? That's the big thing, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And the last thing I'll say is, obviously, with COVID coming in, and obviously it looks like there could be a little break, some teams having some games missed out, it's the last thing Blackburn want. When they're in the form they are, they don't want the games to stop, do they?
No, when you're in form, mate, you want to play as many as you can. Like, when you're smacking teams up, 5 wins on the bounce, you want to keep them coming. Hey, next one, roll on. We're going to spank you as well. You don't want to stop and lose all that momentum, you know?
Absolutely. Well, there you go, Blackburn fans. I'm sure you're very pleased. If you're a Blackburn supporter, please do give us your thoughts down below. If you're not, if you're a neutral, I want to see if you think Blackburn could go the distance this season, automatics or playoffs. Let us know down below. Cheers for joining me today, Cookie.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Also, Birmingham, you were shocking. Probably not worth talking about, so we'll forget that.
There you go. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Peace out.
Yeah.